In the Team Fortress 2 comics, we follow the story of the Red Team. All of the Red Team except the Engineer. Because the Engineer we see working with the Administrator in the Team Fortress 2 comics is blue? In the comic Loose Cannon, released July 2nd, 2010, we learn the Blue Engineer's grandfather is responsible for building the immortality machine for both Man brothers, as requested by Helen, the Administrator. So, given the machine is so old at this point, Blue Man wants it fixed. He calls the grandson of the man who built his machine, Dell Conager, to his office since he actually still works for him. Dell mentions that his grandfather buried his plans with his body, and Blue Man brings the plans out, saying, yeah, I dug them up from your grandpa's grave. This obviously makes him a bit mad, but he goes and agrees to fix the machine nonetheless. And with all the plans, he also finds guns. Which is great and all, but why are we following this Engineer if we're following the Red Team? There's been many theories over the years of why we're following the Blue Engineer. We've put a couple of things together in the meantime. Given his grandfather worked for the Mann brothers originally, their second team, we're assuming this is Dell's father, which also means this is Dell's father. Notice they're all wearing blue here. So the Blue Team just might be in the Conagers family. But there have been inconsistencies. I'm going to go back to that other picture in a second, but there are two types of comics in the TF2 comic series. On top here is the official series that was never completed. There were supposed to be 7 official comics with 1 update comic, but if you actually read the cover of this comic here, it now says 1 of 6 instead of 1 of 7. Anyway, these comics at the bottom, the update comics, started before we got the official series up here. These ones had several different artists, as well as several different teams that were the focus of the stories. For example, this inconsistency here, we are following the Blue Team over Smithmas, yet here in the update comic, we follow the Red Scout, who references the exact trial from the Smithmas update. I mean, this is red. These guys look blue to me. Now we're going to go back to this one, the Shadow Boxers. This was in the Man vs. Machine update time period, where it was implied that the red and blue teams got together. And you see here, Soldier is red, Heavy is blue. But if you read the comic, Heavy has been recolored to red. And so have all the other mercenaries. Why? 6 years ago, Tumblr was exploding because suddenly the Engineer in the Team Fortress 2 comics was recolored to red, and then when we all figured it out, they recolored him back to blue. So, are we following the Red Team? Are we following the Blue Team? Are we following the mix of them after the Man vs. Machine update? Or does it not matter? Does it matter? Are there clones? Are there not clones? Why is he blue and everyone else is red? What the